everybody. We have Jim Troth here, and he is an inspector, and we're going to talk about some key important things to look at when you're going to buy your first home, second home, third home, or what have you. So, Jim, what's some important things? I don't know if it's 3, 4, 5 different top things that a buyer should look at while they're looking at a home with their realtor.
Well, thanks for having me here. But the first thing is the foundation. That's always a big issue.
Foundation.
Foundation. Okay. It can be expensive to fix. So
what would they be looking for?
when they go in the basement, hopefully if it's a basement, we'll assume, go in the basement, you want to look, make sure that wall is nice and straight. If it's leaning in or it's kind of bows in, has like a belly to it, there's some issues on the house. So we make sure that wall is nice and straight. Cracks, like 1/8 or an inch less of crack size, something a little crack is normal. No need to freak out about that.
Okay.
So, and then if you have a house and the foundation and you see those big steel beams,
yes,
those are a good thing. Those are a good thing. Some people freak out about the steel beams. That steel beam tells you that somebody's already taken care of the issue. And usually that steel beam, that foundation is stronger than it was originally.
Okay.
Built. So steel beams are a good thing for me.
Got it. Okay. What's another thing that they should look for?
While they're in the basement, they can look for moisture issues. And that can be staining on the wall, maybe drywall if it's a finished basement. Look for water. You know what? A little bit's normal. I mean, it's Ohio. It's a moist basement. You don't want a lot of wet. You don't want a lot of flooding.
Oh, right. Yeah. So that's pretty apparent moisture.
Yeah. And don't be. If there's a little bit, not a big deal. It's usually something on the exterior of the house, and that's easy to take care of most often.
Got it. Okay. What other stuff should they look at the house other than a foundation?
The electrical panel.
Oh, okay.
They may not necessarily want to open the door. They may not want to unscrew it to take the dead front off of it.
Okay.
But there's certain panels that have issues with them, like a Federal Pacific stab lock.
Oh.
That's type, and those breakers were known not to trip when they really should be tripping.
Oh, okay.
So that, and there's like a Challenger brand, panel as well. But if you got like a stab lock, almost always those things they all should be replaced because they were a safety issue.
And what was the two companies?
There was a Challenger brand.
Okay.
And then Federal Pacific stab lock.
Federal Pacific. Okay,
Stab
so
lock
if you see that on a panel, get it checked out.
Get it? Yeah. You probably, if it's Federal Pacific, it's going to need replaced. That helps you know. All right, this is going to be an expense.
Okay. Okay.
And that's pretty quick to identify.
Got it. All right. So, what are some other things?
Well, if you're in the basement, you see the waistline for the toilets, the bathroom, everything, the showers.
Oh, okay.
The stack. Look at it. If it's plastic, you're probably going to be okay. If it's cast iron, it's
old.
Yeah. It's old. So that is a sign that it's older house, and you may want to get the sewer line scoped out.
Okay.
But plastic lines, we're not seeing those issues. They're not that old, so you're more likely to be okay. But if you see cracks on that sewer line, that stack, yeah, there's some issues.
Okay. What about roofs? Because that's going to be expensive.
Yeah, you want to check the roof out. That's pretty easy to see when you're just walking up the house. You can check the roof out if there's any like really curling up or missing shingles.
And how long does a roof normally last?
If it's 20, 25 years.
Okay.
It depends on the material. If you have a metal roof, 40 years easy.
Right. Okay.
I love metal roofs.
Yeah, right. They last forever.
Yes,
They're more expensive, but they last forever. So.
Yeah.
What about HVAC or anything along that lines?
Well, if the HVAC is old, if it's working, you can just keep maintenance on it, and it'll last a long time.
What's considered an old furnace?
20 years. 20 years. I've had an HVAC guy tell me that the system was only 12 years old. And he wanted me to tell the new buyer that they need to get a new HVAC system because it's 12 years old.
12?
Yeah.
That's pretty. Okay.
No.
No, yeah.
No, 20. You can easily expect 20 years out of a furnace.
Okay.
Easily.
And
just being old is not a tragedy.
Right. Yeah. Because you could probably have a 12-year-old furnace that breaks down and you need a new one, and you could have a 30-year one that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well,
As long as it's running.
a couple times we've seen those old. Remember Lauren Hardy, those big furnaces are 6 feet wide, the octopus.
Oh
type
yeah,
furnace?
that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
We've seen a couple of those, and they're always running perfectly.
Yeah. That's.
They're not efficient, but they run great.
Yeah.
They'll last forever.
Yeah.
And then like a water heater. Look at the water heater, see if it's leaking or anything like that. Pretty easy.
And those water heaters last about 10 years, right?
Yeah,
Rule of
10
thumb?
years.
Okay.
Like, different, warranties that they give on those things. I've seen like warranty for like 6 years, 4 years. But yeah, 10, 12 years is kind of what you expect to get out of a water heater.
Okay. What would be maybe a last thing, major expense that they might run into? Foundation, roof, HVAC. Is there anything else?
Yeah, everything else would be more of a cosmetic.
Okay.
Well, if it's a house built in the early 70s, they may want to find out they have aluminum wiring in the house.
Oh, okay.
And that's something the home inspector will find out for them.
Got it.
And
Okay.
The panel. I would let the home inspector look at it. An electrician may want to try and tell you need to get the whole house rewired if there's aluminum wiring. It's not true. You just need to fix the connections.
Okay.
And
Like going to the box or something.
Yeah, go to the
Okay.
box, or because the aluminum has different expansion and contraction rate than the copper.
Okay.
So that's why after a couple of years it would have loose connections instead of your outlets or switches that have loose connections. So the fix is not to rewire the whole house. The fix is just to change that connection.
That's a big difference in
It's
price,
a big
right?
difference. It's a big difference.
Yeah,
We
right.
helped one agent out, maybe a year or so ago. We spent it was a really large house,
Okay.
but it was very old, and aluminum wiring. One electrician wanted to charge them $28,000 to rewire the house.
Jeez.
And we're like,
Okay.
no, it doesn't need rewired. We hooked them up, the agent, with another electrician. I think $5,000 to fix all the connections, and that included adding like new fixtures and
And
improvements.
outlets and things like that.
Yeah, and new fixtures. He did improvements. The one guy was just $20,000 just a rewire job. No
Oh,
no
geez.
additional fixtures. Or like this guy at $5,000 did everything.
Yeah.
So yeah,